Charlie Nelson High. You're smoking some of the best dope God ever put around here.
JustinFREAKIN is a formidable voice in the culture.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories.
You live in sexual anarchy.
This is the Troll live with JustinFREAKIN.
This motherfucker in my chat right here, I'm talking about Warlord. Like an hour or two ago, I'm like, hey man, did I miss the halftime show? Because he has done nothing but talk about fucking soccer non-stop for like a month now. So I'm like, hey, did I miss the halftime show? And this motherfucker right here. Do I look like I'm watching that trash? I have no time to watch Bribantine? I don't even know what that means. I thought you were calling them like BB in teen or something because, ironically, BB Netanyahu came out in support of Argentina, which I found fascinating. The place they sent all the Nazis to make sure they avoided prosecution at The Hague. BB out here fucking shaking hands with them. I did go back and I had missed the halftime show, like just barely. And I went back and watched it. BTS was probably the best part. T-, Crix, Clinically, Warlord, Fuzzy Simba, welcome in. Yeah, I thought Madonna was shit. No, the Muppets were the best part. The Muppets doing Seven Nation Army. They were the best part of the halftime show. I like Shakira. I thought Shakira was alright too. People, welcome in. For those who don't know, it was like BTS, Shakira, Madonna, the Muppets, and it was like one other act. I think I'm leaving somebody off. Justin Bieber. I think there's one more after. There's somebody after Shakira. Ironic. People, welcome in. I mean, they were trying to cram a lot for, everybody in that halftime. Because it's the entire world watching. Bieber sucks, so I don't. Yeah, it's still smoking. Let's hit it again. But Donna, I thought she was 70. She didn't look it. I don't know if she had like someone else's face on or what, but she didn't look 70. We got news to cover. There was an earthquake in Peru. Wildfires raging in Oregon, in Minnesota, in several northern states as they continue to rage in Canada. Doug Ford, the Ontario premier, blaming Donald Trump, saying he has a short memory. U.S. ambassador to Italy was... Craigs, I saw somebody post on Twitch. Or on Twitch, on Twitter, that the Spain versus Argentina has me really rethinking the colonizer versus colonizee dynamic here. A Trump administration official or former Trump administration official says they think Trump wants to declare an emergency around the election. We're going to talk to you about the reflecting pool and what really happened. Marsha Blackburn, the current U.S. Senator from Tennessee and gubernatorial candidate in Tennessee. Did I just say Tennessee twice? Sorry. Leaked documents has people questioning how she talks to constituents in her home state. Next door to Tennessee, in Asheville, North Carolina, one of my old stomping grounds. It's just another day in mass shooting USA. 2 people dead, 7 others injured. This might have had something to do with a man who showed up at a gay bar last night with, multiple shooting incidents in Asheville. It said it had to do with another shooting. I don't know if they are related. The Tate brothers arrested in Miami, facing some horrendous charges. Speaking of horrendous charges, the brother of Tulsi Gabbard, our former national security advisor. He's a goddamn diddler. Was inviting children to his hotel room. Got busted. I got a wild video of a stolen Porsche chase. Neighbors are upset about pool parties. A family found a void under their floor. A giant void, it said. I'm interested in that one. A reporter handled a roach like a boss on air. Not my kind of roach, no. I got video of a robot kung fu kicking its handler. All that and a lot freaking more tonight on the Troll Patrol Live. Good evening, Warlord. Welcome in. Yeah, I was talking to Curious here the other day, and she said she was watching the Hot D. You people in your trash TV. Might be a short one, but you know what happens anytime I say that. Bragwitz. Everybody's like, at least the World Cup is over. Speaking of World Cup, they say he got booed. It wasn't that pronounced. You tell me. I don't really think he got booed that bad. There is a roar of a boo there. It's like it was mixed at first and then the cheers stopped and the boos took over. So a bit of a mixed reception for Trump at the World Cup finale. Wait, that wasn't Melania, was it? That's Natalie Harp, isn't it? That's not Melania. It's hard to tell. That's not Melania. Am I wrong? Is it Melania? Is it Ivanka? Who fucking knows? Is it Natalie? They all fucking look alike. I didn't think it was Melania. I think it's Natalie Harp. We went over Trump's human printer. Heart goes out to... I guess it's a bad day for South American countries. Argentina losing in the World Cup. Peru getting hit with a massive earthquake.
Esta es la situación de la iglesia. Junta directiva está aquí para poder realizar la investigación de los daños.
¿Los puedes sacar? Personal militar formado por aquí. Personal militar.
Las viviendas no han colapsado. Están aquí todas las autoridades del sistema sanitario también. Vivienda. Están tapándose con...
I'm sorry, how long have I been muted? 6 people dead, hundreds displaced. Another earthquake just happening within the last hour. This was a 3.6 magnitude quake in the South Pacific Ocean. I don't know that it affected anything on land. A magnitude 3.6 off the coast of Chile. So this could be a tremor off of the Peruvian earthquake, perhaps. I'm not seeing anything about deaths. So, multiple earthquakes in the southern hemisphere. Cicero, welcome in. About 14 minutes or so. All parts of the Ring of Fire. Speaking of fire, our friends in the north facing hella wildfires spreading into Oregon, into Minnesota.
We begin tonight with a lot of coverage on wildfires across our state. First, the Hogue Fire burning more than 10,000 acres in Gillum County tonight. Level 3 evacuation orders are still in effect for the community of Rock Creek, southwest of Arlington. That's one of many wildfires we're watching tonight. Thanks for joining us at 11. I'm Barry Mangold. The Hogue Fire, initially referred to as the Lower Rock Creek Fire, is one of several fires officials believe was started by lightning in the past.
Nice tie, Barry Manilow.
Team coverage for you. Meteorologist Dave Selesky standing by with a breakdown of how
Nice tie, Dave.
and air quality could be impacting us this week.
Looking like Orville Redenbacher over here.
K2's Jennifer Singh, who's been monitoring the Hogue Fire all afternoon and evening. You've been speaking with officials on the fire lines on this, Jen. So any word on containment tonight?
Well, Barry, this has been a tricky one. Officials say the Hogue Fire has been a challenge to contain as containment lines have failed a number of times, mostly due to high winds. Firefighters from eastern and central Oregon have now stepped in to help, and officials say more crews are on the way. First responders in Gillum County are working around the clock, battling the fast-moving Hogue Fire.
The fire moved very quickly in a very short amount of time.
The fire broke out in the community of Rock Creek Thursday morning and has since burned at least 10,000 acres, destroying multiple
Just me. Welcome in.
structures in its path and testing the work of first responders.
Due to another high wind warning through our region, containment lines failed, and then this fire grew in size to the north, east, and south.
Sergeant Anthony.
So that's our friends in Oregon, while our friends to the north. Oregon facing 10,000 acres. Canada has burned millions of acres at this point. And it's affecting air quality here in the U.S.
It's impacting me right outside my window because where our studio is, we're in New Jersey. We're right on the river. We see New York City. We're a stone's throw away. And usually I have this beautiful view of the skyline, but not so much in recent days. It's very smoky. It's this gray smoke that at times you can barely see the buildings.
Gray smoky.
And this isn't just happening to me. This is happening to a lot of cities, a lot of places on the East Coast as well as the Midwest. Can you talk to us about why we're all impacting these poor air quality conditions?
Yeah, the air quality index is just really high and has been the last several days in places like DC, New York, Philadelphia, over into Chicago and up into Minnesota. As you know, there are wildfires happening right now in Canada and even in parts of the upper Midwest and upper Great Plains. And that smoke is being funneled into the Midwest, into the Northeast. There's a large...
I'm actually pretty sure that he did not want to be disturbed. He looked awfully comfy over there.
It's forcing all of that smoke to blow down into the Midwest and into the Northeast of the U.S. And some of these air quality values are just unbelievable. I've seen some values anywhere from 150 to 300 on the air quality index that the EPA Air Now puts out. That's very dangerous, Brittany. It's not just about the smell of the smoke, but
damn it, Brittany,
this has significant health implications for people, all people, but particularly people that have upper respiratory challenges or are vulnerable in other ways.
So it's a trying time for people that have asthma, upper respiratory illness.
Can I offer you a nice egg in this trying time?
Really shoehorned that one in, didn't I? People with long COVID. We don't talk enough about long COVID. This one's not the crackhead, right? The crackhead died. This is the other Ford that didn't get caught on camera smoking crack, right? This is everybody likes him. I think everybody liked the crackhead too, didn't they? I'm not up on my Canadian politics.
I was on crack.
Right.
Doug Ford taking shots at Trump over air quality. Lack of help from the U.S.
I find it a shame the administration in the U.S. and Congress people writing these letters and blaming us and so on and so forth. They have a very short memory. We had the water bombers, everyone ready, going over to California. It was last year. We sent down hydro linemen down to the Carolinas and Georgia to help out. That's what neighbors do, right? You don't get on and start threatening and criticizing, because guess what? One day it's going to be your turn. And we're going to be down there without hesitation to support our neighbors. The total number of...
And they do. Canada always sends people, firefighters.
91, which is 7 more than yesterday. 73 of those are not under control. 91 are being observed. 12 are being held. And 15 are under control. And right now there are 155 fire crews and approximately 80 water bombers and helicopters, as over at the airport, thanking some of the large helicopter operators right across the north, with about 40 more aircraft ready to deploy where needed. As of this morning,
Cato over on the YouTube, or Cad0. I always love it when right-wingers like make absolute fools of themselves. You're trying to say I'm not retarded, and you misspelled retarded. And you couldn't look more retarded. I fucking love right-wingers constant. And let me tell you, I've been running a right-wing Facebook page. I just say the dumbest shit, and it is taken off. And like, it is so obvious that I am mocking right-wingers, but you people are too fucking stupid to know. Like, I've called the president a pedo. I said that the diarrhea lettuce was a liberal scam to get you to stop eating salad. I've said all kinds of crazy shit, and you guys fall for it, because guess what? You are retarded. Oh my god. Doesn't want to get woke.
Up yours, woke moralists. We'll see who cancels who.
Bantless, welcome in. Ironic, did I tell you good evening, Oregon gal? Just me. You're not right-wing, you're just smooth-brained. Okay. Sure thing. Would you like to have a chat with me? Tell me why you think woke is bad. I would love to know. 917-830-4359, or you can hop into the Discord. Woke means enlightened. So it's hilarious to me that some dumbass is going to come in here and like, I don't want to be enlightened. I don't want to learn things. It might break my worldview. Queer society. I like sleep too. Sleep is fun. Protests erupt in Italy as the ambassador from the United States arrived on a gigantic luxury yacht. Because of course he did.
We're here in front of the 6-story yacht of U.S. Ambassador to Italy, Tilman Fertitta. Security has been high around the yacht.
Wonder if he's in the Epstein files.
Earlier and is moored here at St. Mark's Basin because protests were planned against his arrival. He is on a 13-region coastal diplomacy tour to mark the 250th anniversary of American independence. But here in Venice, his arrival was not welcome. Protesters say it's a display of American arrogance, of extreme wealth, and at a time when the Trump administration, as they see it, is upending the global order and participating in wars. They marched toward the yacht, clashed briefly with police, during which the inflatables they were carrying in a lighthearted protest flew around. At the end of the protest, they put up their hands and said, shame, shame on Fertitta, shame on the mayor, shame on the police. Fertitta issued a statement shortly before the protest saying that he agreed with the freedom to protest. But he did not come out and meet the protesters.
Woke is nothing but virtue signaling D-bags looking for their 5 minutes of attention. They can't think for themselves. I would actually posit to you that people that use woke, that's what's what they call a thought-canceling cliche, right? When you call somebody woke, you're putting an end to an argument and you're actually virtue signaling. You're telling dumbass right-wingers that you're on their side. Well, I'm not woke. That's actually virtue signaling. And you can't think for yourself because you're using the terminology of all the other dumb fuck right-wingers on social media. People like Jordan Peterson.
Up yours, woke moralists. We'll see who cancels who.
Like, that is virtue signaling. Yeah, we'll see who cancels who. That motherfucker's probably dead now. They're hiding him away the way they are Mitch McConnell. I wish you people would get some self-awareness. I really would. I think it's embarrassing the way idiot-ass right-wingers come in here and talk to me. It's possible. Do you think Beef Daughter wanted his empire? Speaking of Beef Daughter, her ex busted. Do you want to go ahead and jump to that one? I had it in the crime section, but since the story has come up... Well, I didn't just say, no, you. I explained why you're actually the one virtue signaling. It's pretty fucking obvious, right? Like, you're saying, I don't think for myself. What's your supporting evidence for that? Because I can support my argument. You came in here saying woke. So you're clearly brainwashed by the podcast bros and the right-wing social media influencers, your Ben Shapiro's, your Tim Pools, your goddamn Steven Crowder, people like that. You're welcome to explain to me why you think I'm woke and that woke is bad, but like if you can't actually define it. Yes, I did say you are indeed the virtue signaler, and I explained why. You understand that, right? Are you too fucking dumb? YouTube should be able to see Twitch chat, but if history is any indication, they think you're all bots. Because it says Restream bot. Because the people on YouTube tend to be fucking dumb. But my friend, if you'd like to have a conversation with me, please call the fuck in. 917-830-4359. And actually explain to me what you meant. Have a conversation like a man. Do you have the balls? Gender fluid. Welcome in. Good to see you, darling. I'm not a liberal, and I didn't backpedal on anything. I explained why you're actually virtue signaling. Why woke is a virtue signal. Whereas, who the fuck am I virtue signaling to? What virtue am I signaling? You know, Paul Travis, I am also upset about the physical media thing. Even though I've been completely digital for like 10 years. I buy all my games digitally. But I'm also a huge pirate, and while I don't prefer physical media, I prefer that we have physical media out there. So that we can preserve it. Sony does indeed suck. I can't, and I'm the biggest Sony fanboy there is. I've had every PlayStation. There's a PS5 sitting within an arm's length of me right here. But they are a horrible company. They probably killed Michael Jackson. And for preservation reasons, for ownership reasons, I'm very much a person that believes that you should own media if you buy it. I am for physical media. Console peasants. I get idiot. I assume that's what it. I have no clue. I have no clue what you're trying to say in your title, but I like your name over on YouTube. People make fun of me because I have this amazing computer over here and I don't use it to game. It's because I fucking hate Steam. And I tried it again last night because I've been wanting to play. I've never played Grand Theft Auto 4. I've always wanted to play it. I played all the rest of them. Seemed like that one would be my favorite. I tried to play it again last night. Fucking Steam is a bitch. You've got to download a patch in order to do borderless gaming to where you can move your mouse around while you're playing. And you also, like, it needs to be windowless or windowed or whatever the fuck. And so, like, the settings, like, every time you open Steam, it'll take over my window and then won't let me fucking switch around. It is so not user-friendly. I fucking hate Steam. Got me started on it again. Before we get back to the news, since I'm full screen here, I guess y'all want to see Smokey, right? Yeah, the interface for Steam absolutely fucking sucks. I don't know how other streamers use it. But it's like a $7 like add-on plug-in or something that lets you do the borderless shit. Anonymously, welcome in. Where'd the other dude on YouTube go to that was like bitching about woke? Did I properly make fun of him and he went away? Does Steam do it on purpose? I have no clue, having been a console fanboy my entire life. I've just recently, in like the last 6-7 years, started trying to use Steam. I've still never played a whole game on it because it always pisses me off so bad. But I really, really would like to play Grand Theft Auto 4, and I'd like to play it on stream with you guys. Anyway, we mentioned Beef Daughter. Beef Daughter's ex got arrested in Miami yesterday.
Hours before they were set to co-host a bare-knuckle boxing event in Miami, the controversial influencers Andrew and Tristan Tate were arrested outside their venue overnight.
Tristan, anything to say?
This footage, published by the American celebrity news website TMZ, shows the moment they were taken into custody as they face extradition to the UK.
I want to make it clear, there is no place for male violence against women and girls in our society, and we will continue to work tirelessly to support victims and investigate all reports made to us.
The Tate brothers are already under investigation for a number of sexual offences in Britain, but now their charge sheet has doubled. The Crown Prosecution Service today has decided to prosecute Andrew Tate with 7 counts of rape, 3 counts of arranging or facilitating trafficking for sexual exploitation, 3 counts of assault, and 19 charges relating to indecent images of a child and extreme pornography.
Yeah, fuck this dude.
Faces 1 count of sexual assault, 2 counts of rape and 3 counts of arranging or facilitating trafficking for sexual exploitation. The total, 38 charges, which come after the police identified 4 more victims. They strongly deny all of the allegations.
Wasn't it J.D. Vance and Marco Rubio took up for these motherfuckers?
Charges they face in a separate case, all alleged to have taken place between 2010 and 2017, bringing the total number of criminal charges in Britain to 59, and the number of victims accusing the Tate brothers of...
Isn't Andrew Tate like Barron Trump's idol?
7. Bedfordshire and Hertfordshire police are leading the investigation. Andrew and Tristan are dual US-British citizens who grew up in the Luton area. But they've been accused of luring and sexually abusing women elsewhere too. In Romania, where they've lived and built their social media persona, they face multiple criminal cases, including human trafficking and forming an organised group to sexually exploit women.
Please excuse my brother, he spilled a drink. Of course, you know Tristan, can't be trusted.
But the Romanian government lifted their travel ban last year, and the brothers, who are supporters of President Donald Trump, flew by private jet from Romania to Florida.
Listen. We live in a democratic society where it's innocent until proven guilty, and I think my brother and I are largely misunderstood.
Bullshit.
Their lawyer quickly dismissed the charges, saying in a statement, Andrew and Tristan Tate will walk free. America does not do Britain's political dirty work.
You ever driven a Maserati MC20?
No. Well, Britain asked them to extradite him,
Our stars
and U.S. decided to do it.
Million followers. Over the years, they have built their fame and fortune teaching young men how...
Wait a minute, didn't Ron DeSantis specifically tell them to come to Florida? Am I misremembering that as well? Man, all these right-wing political figures taking up for these child rapists.
Treat women and how to get rich quickly. And now, once again, how they treat women is under scrutiny. Andrew and Tristan Tate...
Oh, I was wrong on that. DeSantis didn't say that?
Florida federal court next week.
My apologies if I misspoke on that one. Oh, he did. Okay. Just for the fun of it, we should watch this, right?
These niggas out here snitching.
Boom. Damn, that dude's got a hell of an uppercut. And the fact that he's wearing pink gloves. He does have no chin, but he was not immune to that uppercut. Damn. That's very satisfying to watch. All right, let's get into the actual news. I've bullshitted around enough. We are now up to at least 3 service members dead in the last couple of days in the re-escalation of the war with Iran. At least. I think we're being lied to. I think there's hundreds dead, and we don't even know about it yet.
Breaking news on the war against Iran, with the U.S. military saying in a statement moments ago another U.S. service member has been killed in action. CENTCOM says this person was serving in northern Iraq and was killed Saturday during a controlled detonation of material from a downed Iranian attack drone. That's after we learned that 2 other U.S. troops were killed Friday during Iranian attacks on a base in Jordan. Somebody else had been missing in connection to that incident. The military now says unidentified remains have been found at the location earlier today. Let me bring in Keir Simmons, who is live for us in the region. And Keir, it is yet another development after a weekend full of them.
I don't trust anybody named Keir. What the fuck kind of name is that?
We'll stand by for Keir, but let me bring in Julie Sirkin, who's at the White House here. This information, Julie, coming from the U.S. military, as we have seen a continuation of attacks against Iran, U.S. strikes, Julie, and concern that this is now re-escalating into wider war.
Yeah, Republican lawmakers were expressing that concern, Hallie, even over this weekend as the president is here in New Jersey, of course, attending the World Cup game. So far, not commenting himself, aside from telling reporters before this new information from Central Command that he was very sad about the deaths of the 2 service members, Hallie, that we heard about after that ballistic missile strike from Iran on a base in Jordan. This new information, as you mentioned, CENTCOM revealing that now a 3rd service member had died, this time in northern Iraq, following a controlled detonation of an explosive there from Iran in the region, Hallie. And we're also waiting to see what happened, waiting to hear what happened, rather, about the 3rd missing in action service member, Hallie, that had to do in connection with the ballistic missile strike from Friday night.
Oh, yeah, I forgot that we have one missing.
According to Central Command, found in the same area as those 2 service members were found dead. So at this point, Central Command not identifying who that person is, but we're waiting to find out. All of this, Hallie, though, big picture, brings the total service members killed over the course of this war in Iran over the last several months to 17 at least.
I don't believe it. At least, exactly.
Well, and it begs the question, even still, as we've seen 8 straight nights of strikes from the U.S. against Iran, even yesterday, whether the U.S., whether President Trump chooses to respond further now that Iran has continued to kill more U.S. service members. We know the President, Hallie, had stated last week that he potentially plans to escalate this conflict in the coming days by targeting civilian infrastructure. The President saying he directed the Pentagon, Hallie.
Civilian infrastructure, that's a war crime.
Civilian infrastructure, from power plants to bridges.
It's a war crime. War crime.
As I mentioned, but Democratic lawmakers expressing their condolences, Hallie, to the families of the service members. I had asked the White House whether the president had spoken to those families. I have not yet heard back on that. But of course, the nation, I think really the world, bracing to see what happens here as a conflict. Just a couple of weeks ago, Hallie, we thought we're in the peace agreement stages. Now, of course, that peace agreement had fallen apart. Hallie.
Julie Sirkin, thank you. Let me bring back in Keir, who's joining us from Jordan now. And Keir, this is a region.
We knew it wasn't a peace agreement. Stop falling for it.
It certainly is, Hallie. Here in Jordan, we arrived just a few hours ago immediately to the sound of air raid sirens and the news that more Iranian missiles were heading in this direction. In fact, they headed to the south of the country and were intercepted, according to Jordanian officials. But it does look as if they were looking to strike a port area and potentially an airport in that part of this country. And that will be an indication of the Iranians escalating and expanding, attempting to hit other places that perhaps the region might use, for example, as a workaround for the Strait of Hormuz. Translation, the Iranians saying, we will not allow you to circumvent the port of the Strait of Hormuz. Now, I mean, of course, look, this is going to be another devastating day for the families of those service people who have been killed, and we don't know their names yet. And U.S. Central Command saying yesterday that it would hold off releasing their names until 20.
The fuck? What about all the fucking innocent civilians that are dying because of our bombs in Iran? Come the fuck on.
4 hours after the families have been informed. And of course, as you were hearing there, one of those who is still...
I've got no fucking sympathy for a motherfucker in camo carrying a gun in some other goddamn country he ain't welcome in, getting killed.
It does
Sorry.
Pressure on the president, who right now, as we speak, is at the World Cup final watching that match. It does put more pressure on President Trump over...
Yeah, service members died this weekend. What did he do? He went golfing. He went to the World Cup.
It's simply like this. Every time that the U.S. strikes Iran, Iran appears to find some way of striking back in multiple countries neighboring Iran, U.S. partners and allies, including Jordan, here where I am.
Keir Simmons live for us there in Jordan. Keir, we'll look for more of your reporting coming up tonight on Nightly News on NBC. For now, though, that does it for this breaking news report. Much more on NBC News Now and NBCNews.com for the latest. For Julie, for Keir, for all of us at the network, I'm Hallie Jackson. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.
Shut up,
Thank you for
Tom
watching.
Llama.
Remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.
Trump 2028, like that motherfucker is gonna live too long, or live that long. TDS is supporting a goddamn pedophile con man. You have TDS. That's Trump derangement syndrome. It's clear as day. The motherfucker rapes kids, and you're out here talking about how awesome Trump is, and you want to fucking violate the Constitution. Have him be president again in 2028. Fucking moron. Ricky Dolly. Yep, that's the kind of name I'd expect a fucking moron to have. Angry lefty. Gay, you say? We can get gay if you want to.
I can't wait to have your cock in my mouth. I'm going to give you the blowjob of your life. Then I want you inside of me.
Thur was telling us about the missile attacks from Iran, but like, how is Iran able to do missile attacks? I thought we destroyed all of their capabilities. That's what Trump said.
You know, CENTCOM says that there will be outsized action in retaliation, but I don't understand how it's possible that Iran has the capabilities to fight this way and continue to try to lash out at Gulf countries and U.S. military bases, because the U.S. has obliterated Iran's military, and the president continues to reiterate that.
Yes, and if you
Maria, the answer to your question is Trump's a fucking liar. Trump has been lying to you, dumbass.
Action in retaliation, but I don't understand how it's possible that Iran has the capabilities to fight this way and continue to try to lash out at Gulf countries and U.S. military bases, because the U.S. has obliterated Iran's military, and the president continues to reiterate that.
Yes, and if you look at the numbers of
Ricky Dolly, I'm a fucking country boy. Listen to me. Come get some. Yeah, you get fucking put down, you automatically get violent. Right-wingers want to get violent. Why don't you come get some? You can call into my phone line. 917-830-4359. Or you can hop in the Discord, but you ain't got the balls. It's been dead. Ricky Dolly. Llama. Arlene. Welcome in, friends. Good to see everybody. Yes, even you, Ricky. I like having hate watchers here. It's so weird. I'll mock a right-winger. They'll say the dumbest shit to me. Try to insult me. I'll mock them. And they're like, well, come get some. Come fight me. You wouldn't say that to my face every fucking time. And the funny thing is I would say everything to your fucking face and you wouldn't do a goddamn thing about it. You know how I know? Because I've met you people. Senator Mark Warner of Virginia was on one of the morning shows. Was it Meet the Press? No, it was This Week. Warner was on This Week this morning, talking about the Strait of Hormuz.
Senator Mark Warner of Virginia, the top Democrat on the Senate Intelligence Committee. So I want to get to all of that with you, but first, the situation in Iran. We've
all right, bitch, put up. Call in 917-830-4359. 917-830-4359. Have a conversation with me. You got the balls? There's the links to the phone number in the Discord. Fucking coward running his mouth in my chat. You ain't got the balls to have a conversation with me. You ain't got the balls to fucking have a fight with me for sure. You can run your little goddamn mouth in the chat like the keyboard warrior that you are. Because if you were to call in, it would be clear to everybody, I have a deep voice. I have fucking facial hair that I've had since I was in 6th grade. I've got way more testosterone than you. You'll call in, you'll be like, hey, I think liberals are stupid. With your balls that haven't dropped. Not able to grow any goddamn facial hair. That's what all these right-wingers want to talk about, how I'm not a man. The fuck? Look at this chest hair. Well, can't even grow any goddamn hair on your balls. Fucking pussies.
He's kicking authority in the balls.
And you know it. You know, like, that's the thing that is hilarious to me. Is that, like, I got this fucking deep-ass voice and all this facial hair. I'm an actual man. I've got testosterone. You do not. Right-wingers have no fucking testosterone. It's a lovely sweater. I knew you didn't have the balls. Now you ran away, haven't you? Lenny, welcome in. Fucking bitch-ass motherfuckers interrupting our show trying to talk shit. Anyway, Mark Warner was on ABC's This Week.
And I'm joined now by Senator Mark Warner.
You're a little bitch, warlord.
The top Democrat on the Senate Intelligence Committee. So I want to get to all of
You're my moderator, bitch.
The situation in Iran. We've seen 2 American service members killed by Iranian missile, presumably. What should the president do to respond to that?
Well, first of all, I join with all Americans in condolences to these soldiers.
I don't have condolences for them.
5-month war.
If you are holding a gun in a country that doesn't want you there and you get killed, buddy, that's on you. That's on you. I have no sympathy, no condolences.
This is a war of choice.
It's a war of choice, so why do I have condolences?
There was no imminent threat from Iran against America, so Donald Trump chose to go to war. It took him 2 weeks to lay out what he thought his goals were going to be. Let's go through those. Regime change, how are we doing there? We got a worse crowd than before. Getting the enriched uranium, well, it's still there.
Hey, what you say? No, I think my gigantic goddamn dick makes me a man. These big old fucking balls make me a man. You got balls?
Matter of fact, it would take a minimum of 15,000 troops on the ground for a week to try to take these canisters, which are quite volatile, out of their bunkers. Getting rid of Iran's missile and drone capability, obviously we've not been successful there. And the thing, John, that makes me completely crazy is Iran has both missiles and they also have lots and lots of $50,000 drones that are very effective. We are using missiles that cost $2.5 million to shoot down those drones. President Zelensky, the only country that has devised a technique.
Death to America is probably what somebody's going to chant that's lost a family member in a goddamn airstrike that we did for no goddamn reason. You can't go around bombing women and children for fucking the last 100 years. Almost the last 100 years. And then be upset that people hate us. Holy shit.
Of counter-Iranian drones at $5,000. They've done it so effectively. They offered us all of that technology for free. And the Trump White House basically said to the Ukrainians, thanks, but no thanks. So we're behind on that as well. And then finally, on the Strait of Hormuz, I mean, I don't know what gas station the secretary's going to, but before the war, average price of gasoline in Virginia was $2.81. It is now back to $4. Diesel's at $5. You know, I see no path in the short term, how the
Yeah, have you guys seen gas go up?
This war of choice has been a disaster. It's been a disaster militarily. It has been a disaster in terms of how we're viewed around the world. It has been a disaster to our friends and the allies who question whether we will keep our promises. I'm anxious, if it takes a classic Donald Trump move, declare victory tomorrow and be done. But the continuation of this war at this pace will be a continuing disaster.
But you have...
Hey, what you say? No, the war has been going on since the CIA took out their democratically elected leader in, what was that, 57? When was our coup? Yeah, Eric, if you just ignore all of history, Iran used to be one of the most modern societies in the world. Tehran was one of the most liberal cities in the world until we took out their fucking president because he wanted to nationalize the oil instead of sell it to British Petroleum. Fucking pick up a history book. It was not higher when Biden was in office. 53, I'm sorry. I was off a few years. I was off 6 or 7 years there. 4 years. I don't know. I can't do fucking math.
You take your 30-30 and a third chance, minus my 25% chance, and you got an 8 and a third chance of winning.
Big Fang, welcome in. Eric, good evening to you. Ricky Dolly, you're pretty stupid, but glad to have you here. You tell me you're a veteran, you know what that means to me? It means you're a fucking cuck that had to join the military because you had no other discernible skills. You needed to live off my tax dollar, have daddy government tell you when to take a shit. I'm actually not. Several of my friends are military veterans. I have veterans. My dad was a vet. My dad was a Vietnam vet. My grandfather a Korean vet. I also need to point out that, a lot of times it's a jobs program for people that are poor. I'm from Eastern Kentucky. A lot of people join the military just because they had no other opportunity. Our trans homies join the military because they don't get treated differently when they're in the military. They just get treated as a soldier. So individually, I have nothing but respect for soldiers that go into the military, but I certainly don't respect the military itself or have any sympathy for anyone that dies. Any Vietnam family? My uncle, I don't even think he served in Vietnam, but he ended up going back over there not long after the war, and he met some woman in Vietnam and brought her back. Iran is being the only rational actor in this war. Trump is being a goddamn madman. Oh man, Eric, if we were run by England, we'd have goddamn universal health care. Republicans freed the slaves? No, Northern liberals freed the slaves. And also, if we were still part of England, we would have gotten rid of slavery. About 100 years beforehand. You people don't know goddamn history. I swear. And you're failing an open book test right now. Trump is being like the biggest goddamn dictator. Or trying to be a dictator. I'm not defending Iran. I'm bashing the United States' idiotic foreign policy, and I'm certainly not a conservative. So, Andrew, stop saying stupid shit. And I love how right-wingers constantly, they don't want to have a discussion with you. They want to tell you what you believe. They want to straw man you constantly. It's all you fuckers ever do. Buddy, when has capitalism worked? Everything that's good about the United States is a socialist program. Social Security, public schools, interstate highway system, the fucking military is a communist fucking program. I love some dude argued with me the other day that like socialism isn't when the government does things. I was like, socialism means public ownership. And he's like, oh yeah, you think Social Security is socialism? I'm like, motherfucker, it's in the name. It's in the name. Social Security is socialism, you stupid fuck. What a dumb question. How many white men fought against slavery? How many white men fought to preserve slavery? Think about that one. God damn, you people are stupid. Dumbest fucks walking the planet. Though I'm pretty much convinced that, hey, what you say is joshing me. Trump is not carrying out the Constitution. Trump has violated the Constitution multiple times. Beyond the fact that Trump pardoned 14 people convicted of sedition, which makes Trump a traitor to this fucking country, Trump is violating the Constitution because he has illegally detained over 5,000 people. Now, this was from back in February. And it's going to put the number at 4,400. But that was February, so we know for a fact that the number is over 5,000 now. Courts have ruled 4,400 times that ICE jailed people illegally, and it hasn't stopped. Gravity, welcome in. What am I making up? Pocket Marmo. Welcome in, friend. Gravity, like, if I had a goddamn nickel for every time a right-winger told me I was in my mom's basement, I would be richer than goddamn Elon Musk right now. You all say the same fucking shit. If any of you would like to have a conversation with me, please get out of my chat, grow some goddamn balls, and call the fucking number, 917-830-4359. But as I said earlier, none of you are going to call in because I sound like a man, and you're going to call into my phone line, and you're going to sound like this, like your balls haven't dropped. So it's going to be obvious who has the testosterone in the conversation. You're intimidated by me. So there ain't no chance you're going to call my phone line. Trump reunited the village people. I love you. Hey, what you say? You're good people. I like you. I must have shit for brains wanting the failure of America. Wanting the president to uphold the Constitution is the failure of America. Is that what you're saying? Trump comes plants. Oh, shit. I run my own business, Gravity. Maybe you'd be better off not running your mouth about shit you have no clue about. But that's all right-wingers can do is just make up goddamn nonsense. Because you're fucking pathetic little people. You're a little pathetic man that don't have a fucking dick. Or your dick don't work. And you're jealous of people like me. So you have to stew and cope and seethe. Your entire personality is based around hating the libs, isn't it? Right there, Trump violating the Constitution. That's not the only way he's violating the Constitution. I can go on. Yeah, you'd have to imagine the monumental failure, wouldn't you? You'd have to imagine it because it doesn't exist. You're making shit up, you dumbass. God damn, right-wingers are morons. A former Trump official is saying that Trump is setting the stage to declare an emergency around the election in the fall because he knows he's going to lose.
Well, you can watch PBS News live streaming coverage of President Trump's primetime address tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern.
Don't need to. We watched it ourselves.
Text and real-time fact-checking from our partners at PolitiFact. That's at pbsnews.org/newshour. Now, for perspective on what the president is trying to achieve with tonight's speech, the limits of his authority, and the potential consequences for future elections, we turn now to Ty Cobb, an attorney who served as the special counsel during the first Trump administration. I spoke with him a short time ago. Ty Cobb, welcome back to the NewsHour.
My pleasure. Nice to be with you, Jeff.
Always a nice mustache.
Broader pattern here. President Trump's focus on voting machines, his efforts to change mail-in voting, voter registration requirements, most recently his removal of members of the Election Assistance Commission. What does tonight's speech add to that picture?
Well, I think tonight's speech is intended to add the predicate that he needs to declare an emergency at or about the time of the elections. As you know, Steve Bannon and Todd Blanche have suggested that there will be ICE agents at the polls. I think that that's a virtual certainty. Whether that will include the National Guard or not, we don't know. But anything to intimidate minority voters, particularly immigrant voters, and also I think anything that allows them to, try to seize voting machines, as Trump wanted to do in 2020, but Bill Barr explained to him there was just no basis for it. I think you will see him doing everything he can to try to prevent the peaceful transfer of power, the election of Democrats.
Of course.
Whatever he can to remain in power and to keep his cronies in power.
He didn't leave willingly the first time. And idiots still reelected him. It's insane.
He wants.
President Trump has said in the past that he believes if Democrats win control of Congress in the midterms, that he'll be impeached. When you say that you believe he's intent on declaring a national emergency, what guardrails remain if the president does, in fact, use the power of the federal government to shape how the midterm elections are conducted?
You can't.
I think the only real guardrail is, for people to get to the polls, to vote against the level of corruption and insanity and frivolity.
Methos. I bet you're on some methos, aren't you? What propaganda? Democrat propaganda? This was Trump's White House attorney in his first term that we're listening to. But that's Democrat propaganda, isn't it? You fucking moron.
That we've seen the type of conduct that has made the world more dangerous and that has enriched President Trump to the tune of somewhere between $4 and $8 billion during the time he's been in office. We know he made $2.2 billion last year, largely on crypto. We know that his stock trades, he had hundreds of stock trades last year, if not thousands. I think Obama had 0, Biden had 13 by comparison. And many of those stock trades were followed by statements from Trump touting the products of the companies that he had bought or giving them government contracts. So what we have seen is so inimical to what it has historically meant to be an American president, where integrity, courage, straightforwardness, and an interest in the lives of the people that are being governed were at the front and center. We have a president now who's there solely to enrich himself, his family, and his cronies, and to wield power in a way that satisfies his basest instincts. We need people to come out and vote against that. That is the guardrail. Internally, unlike the first administration, when you had people like General Kelly, General Mattis, Nikki Haley, Mike Pompeo, people of character who would hold up their hand when Trump wanted to.
Those are people of character,
or self-dealing. We don't have that now. I mean, we have the
very low bar.
Todd Blanche's, whose mantra is "I love you, sir." I'm your lawyer. Who has overseen revenge prosecutions, the hollowing out of 20% of the lawyers in the Department of Justice, most of the most experienced and talented lawyers who were in leadership positions, they're gone now, and we've redirected FBI and DOJ resources under Blanche and Patel to immigration cases, to the exclusion of counterterrorism cases, money laundering cases, fraud, and civil rights. So I think we need people to come out and vote against it. That's the best guardrail we have, and that's the only remaining guardrail in our democracy.
He talked about contracts. So Trump has enriched himself through crypto schemes, market manipulation, and also giving contracts to his buddies, which is how we got into the situation with the reflecting pool. He gave a contract to one of his buddies who fucked up the reflecting pool, and now he's trying to prosecute a goddamn Olympian for something he didn't do.
Reflecting pool at the foot of the Lincoln Memorial drained this week, so crews could work on sections of it that are not working out well. This installed lining that's blue is turned gray. The pool's floor began peeling shortly after the Trump administration scrambled to renovate the reflecting pool to have it ready for the 250th anniversary celebration on 4th of July. That was done at a cost of $16 million, much more than the
$16 million, and we all said it was just like a temporary fix that he was trying to do for the 4th of July. We all knew it.
The original expectations and projections. In a Truth Social post today, President Trump said it was badly damaged by deranged vandals, and they're now looking for more to install, vandal-proof material. That's another quote. Interestingly, a Washington Post analysis published this week, forensic and otherwise, found what experts say is the actual cause of the damage.
That he hired dumbasses for the cheap.
Vandalism. Joining me now, one of the reporters.
That's what caused the damage.
Analysis, visual forensics reporter at the Washington Post, Jarrett Lay. Jarrett, I'm glad to have you on the program. What did you find and what did experts tell you about the likely culprit here?
Hi, Major. Thank you for having me. My colleagues and I found that all 7 locations where the coating is failing align with seams that were forged during the application process when one rectangular patch of coating was put down next to another. We brought this to 4 experts in underwater proofing who said that while no precise diagnosis can be made without lab testing and on-site visits, that this is highly indicative of an application failure as the seams are ripe for failure.
And as I read your piece and others in this space, Jarrett, seams are oftentimes the most vulnerable part of any kind of work like this. Everyone who works in this space knows that. You have to do extra things and be right on pace with timing of one thing or another or preparation. Any house painter even knows that.
Yes, the many experts in underwater coating who generously spoke with us for this piece make clear that when you're dealing with a project that is this big, I mean, this is a fountain that is upwards of 300,000 square feet. You have to be very.
And just to reiterate, the thing that is the problem is it was built on a swamp. And the ground has moved and it completely broke the bottom. There is no repair for the reflecting pool. It basically has to be pulled completely out. And that is why no other president has tried to do anything about it, because it's going to be a huge undertaking.
Deliberate about the way that you time the application of your coating in segments so that your seams can be managed. Now, experts gave us different points of possibility for how those seams might be managed appropriately given the technical specifications of the materials and the project at hand, but all of them were consistent in telling us that these are indeed highly vulnerable spots in the application process.
And you took lots of pictures and you had some time sequencing of that. What about these gashes, this 350-foot gash the president keeps talking about, alleging that that is straight up proof of vandalism?
We've been unable to identify that, and when we sent the we asked for comment from the White House and the Department of Interior, they did not provide us with additional evidence of the charges of vandalism that they are blaming this incident and incidences on.
The experts you talked to, Jared, is this a fixable situation?
Yes, this is something that, you know, there are a lot of smart people out there who are going to be able to recode this. It will be cumbersome and precise, but it's fixable, yes.
And in reading your piece, Jared, one company, I believe in New Jersey, that was involved in previous work here passed on doing the work, even though it had a lot of experience with this exact place, because the time horizon was too rushed from their perspective, if I had that correctly.
Yep. Correct. That is what we reported.
And
of course. Terry, 1011. Ducky. Who else snuck in here on me? Welcome in, friends. There is some indication that when they drove the motorcade over it, that also ripped the lining. Pocket brings up over on YouTube. Senator Marsha Blackburn, who, I'm sorry, she can be my GOP mommy. Is running for governor in Tennessee. The good folks over at Channel 5 in Nashville doing an expose on Marsha and how she might be taking orders from someone above her.
Senator Marsha Blackburn says she is talking to Tennesseans every single day. But who is she talking to, and what do those conversations look like? News Channel 5's Ben Hall is joining us now. Ben, Blackburn is the front runner in the Republican primary for governor, but she has refused to debate and she's rarely given interviews.
Well, that's right. And her campaign and history as a senator shed light on how accessible she'd be as governor. The 74-year-old
not at all
seem comfortable in unscripted situations. You are refusing to debate your Republican opponents. Why won't you debate your Republican opponents?
We're talking to Tennesseans every single day, every single day.
Do voters have a right to hear from you? That was the answer Senator Blackburn gave repeatedly when we tried to ask her basic questions after an event last month. Do you support subsidies for companies like Starbucks?
Talking to Tennesseans every single day.
Are you uncomfortable talking about issues on this surrounding this campaign? Then why won't you sit down and do interviews? We've asked you for interviews multiple times.
We talk to Tennesseans every day.
Oh my God.
After that, her campaign posted pictures of her talking with Tennesseans at a round table in East Tennessee where people ask questions. But News Channel 5 Investigates obtained this run of show for the event. No average Tennesseans were called on. All were elected officials or community leaders. They were given the topic to discuss with the senator in no more than 5 minutes. One speaker even had the question scripted, asking Senator Blackburn, why are you the best choice to make sure our small towns and communities thrive? Does this surprise you?
No, not at all. It's what we experienced here that day.
We showed the run of show to Eric Hernandez, who was a reporter with the Macon County Times in 2024 and covered Blackburn's listening tour when she came to Lafayette's City Hall. It was back before she announced her campaign for governor.
Yeah, she's not comfortable, in my opinion, answering random questions.
He and another reporter asked Blackburn's aide if they could interview her after she met with county leaders.
He said that if you have any questions, that you can ask, you can submit 3, she'll answer 1. And that's pretty much what we were in shock.
Hernandez said the senator's aide did not like that he brought a recorder, something he brought to all public events. On this day, when you walked in with a recorder that you always carry with you, what happened?
That's when I was approached by her aide and was asked not to record. Honestly, it was more like a demand.
He says he recorded anyway and that nothing dramatic happened, but he was struck by how unwilling Blackburn seemed to answer unscripted questions.
other politicians come to town, very forthcoming with, information or whatever we want to ask. So it was odd, to say the least.
Senator Blackburn has not done a public in-person town hall in nearly a decade. Her last one was in a tense, packed room in Fairview in 2017.
Oh, so that's why.
She blames paid protesters for that embarrassment. But since then, her staff has carefully managed her appearances.
Her strategy, her team's strategy, is to avoid anything that she's not fully prepared and has a very specific, tight, short answer.
Longtime conservative political...
We're talking to Tennesseans every day.
...may be worried about gaffes the 74-year-old might make in a debate or unscripted interview.
I mean, that was the complaint about Joe Biden.
Oh, wow, she's 74?
They had to do that with him because he didn't have the capacity to do it. And I think that whether it's fair or not, that's the comparison you're going to start seeing made of why is she hiding.
Do you plan to do any interviews? After the encounter at the elevator, Blackburn did a series of interviews. When asked by a Memphis reporter about whether she supports taxpayer subsidies for Starbucks, she said this.
That money will be recouped in payroll taxes in 6 months.
But Tennessee does not have an income tax or a payroll tax that could be used to offset the Starbucks subsidies.
God damn.
About why she won't debate, she said this.
And we have done plenty of these forums across the state.
But she has not appeared on stage with the other two candidates to answer questions in a forum or debate. It's led other campaigns to question where she is.
Where's she at?
For Eric Hernandez, who now owns the web-based Macon County Sentinel and has not endorsed a candidate, he doubts Blackburn will become more open if she's elected governor.
So, I mean, it's her character 2 years ago, it's her character now, and it'll be her character if she became governor.
We really wanted to hear what her campaign would have to say about this, but
let me guess, no comment.
Early today, they have not yet responded.
Red Racer, the fuck you talking about Biden from like 6 years ago, 7 years ago? My God.
Come on, man.
You have Biden derangement syndrome? You don't think it's fucking insulting to all the other service members who have died that you keep bringing up those 13? What are we up to now? At least 17 have died in Iran because Trump doesn't listen to his generals? God damn. Like, seriously, imagine being someone who dies serving your country, and right-wingers only use you to try to bash their political opponents. They don't actually give a shit about you, and it's so naked. I wish you people could learn to feel embarrassment. If you could feel embarrassment, it would save the rest of us a lot of goddamn time. A lot of effort making fun of you. I always appreciate it if you watch my show naked. It makes me feel good. So you know how right-wingers always accuse the left of grooming kids and trying to molest kids, and it always turns out that the right-wingers are the pedos? Former director of national intelligence, her brother, accused of inviting children to a hotel room, offering money, according to police, in Hawaii. The brother of former National Intelligence Director Tulsi Gabbard was arrested and charged Friday in connection with a stranger danger incident in Hawaii. Batari Gabbard, 55, was he also in the fucking weird cult that Gabby was in? or that Tulsi was in. I called her Gabby. What the fuck? Batari Gabbard, 55, was charged with custodial interference in the 2nd degree. Yep, that's what you'd expect him to look like. Police said he approached multiple children, including a 9-year-old boy, at the Waikiki Hotel pool and offered them gum and money before inviting them back to his hotel room. The children refused and he walked away, police said. Witnesses told police he asked the children for their names and wrote them down in a notebook. It's not just Republicans, but it is overwhelmingly Republicans. Like, Jesus fucking Christ, man. Republicans elected a pedophile to be both president and the Speaker of the House. I don't see Democrats doing anything like that. You mean Weiner, who just cheated on his wife? Did the one girl turn out to be like 17 or something like that? And he sent her a dick pic or something? Fucking what? And the Democrats ditched him. Okay, Anthony Weiner. Meanwhile, the Republicans have a literal child molester sitting in the White House right now. A child molester was the Speaker of the House in the 2000s. I can go over like Matt Gaetz, child molester. I can go over like two of Trump's spiritual advisors have been busted for molesting children. Would you like me to go on? Once again, all of the Democrats voted to release the files. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Trump is the one blocking them right now. Every Democrat in the House voted to release them. The Republicans finally came around once the Democrats had enough votes and all the Republicans voted. But it took the election of Adelita Gravala in Arizona. She was the deciding vote. It took her and a handful of Republicans, Thomas Massie, Nancy Mace, to force the release of the Epstein files. Hey, cool. Anyone who is in the Epstein files should be jailed. Donald Trump is all over them. Johnny, I am tired of hearing about Joe Biden. You fuckers are just constantly, but Joe Biden.
Come on, man.
The Epstein files were sealed until 2024. Joe Biden had no power to release them. Joe Biden didn't run on releasing the Epstein files. Joe Biden had an independent DOJ, unlike Trump. Trump is currently violating the Epstein Transparency Act passed by Ro Khanna, Thomas Massie, overwhelmingly voted for by everybody in the House and Senate except for Chip Roy, and Trump is blocking the release of the files right now because Trump is in them thousands of times, including credible allegations that the FBI found credible. I have made nothing up. Cool, Anthony Weiner pleaded guilty in 2017. Cool. Awesome. That's what I said. He sent a dick pic to like a 16 or 17-year-old. Cool. Trump rapes kids. Andrew, Donald Trump has multiple credible allegations from the FBI in the files. What did I make up? Oh my God, I'm going to have to fucking... None of you will ever call in. You just run your goddamn mouths in the chat. You don't know what you're talking about. Allow me to go here. I've got it saved. Easily accessible. This was one of the files that he refused to release. Representative Dan Goldman had to go in and read it. He brought the file out, read it on the House floor. This is allegation that the FBI found credible against Trump.
Trump unzipped his pants and put her head down, quote, down to his penis, bit the S out of it. Trump struck the victim and said words to the effect of, "Get this little bee the hell out of here." The victim advised that she bit Trump's penis because he disgusted her. This cover-up reached its apex last month when Attorney General Pam Bondi falsely testified under oath before the House Judiciary Committee. The Attorney General testified, quote, "There is no evidence that Donald Trump has committed a crime. Everyone knows that," unquote.
Cool, well, the FBI found this one credible. If Trump wasn't a pedo, he'd release the files, but he's not going to because he rapes children. Have him sue me, please. I would love it if the fucking stupid-ass pedo president sued me. Cool, man. The FBI found the allegation credible. Trump is blocking the release of it in violation of the law, but cool, allegations are just allegations. Fucking hide your head in the sand. Fucking morons. And again, we covered the Tate brothers getting arrested. What were they charged with? Rape of children. Barron Trump said Andrew Tate is his idol. Ron DeSantis said the Tate brothers should come to Florida. J.D. Vance, Marco Rubio both praised the Tate brothers. The Republicans are the party of child rape. Trump was never charged because you idiots keep electing him president. You fucking elected him president to keep him out of jail because you guys love child molesters. You fucking morons. I have no idea what you're trying to say. If one of you would like to have a conversation, you can call in 917-830-4359, but you won't because you're all fucking stupid. Meanwhile, we're going to move on with the news. It was just another day in mass shooting USA. I just named off J.D. Vance, Marco Rubio, Ron DeSantis, Barron Trump's favorite podcaster. God, you people are fucking stupid. Thur, welcome in. Asheville police are investigating an early morning shooting that left 2 people dead and 7 others injured, according to the Asheville Police Department. Patrol officers responded to the 250 block of Biltmore Avenue around 2:20 a.m. on Sunday.
What happened in the early hours today?
Well, at approximately 2:20 a.m.
Let's pull it out.
Approximately 2:20 a.m. our officers responded to shots fired here on this block, 245 block of Biltmore Avenue, and upon arrival, it was evident that multiple people had been struck by gunfire. Unfortunately,
I honestly have no idea if I got any left
at the scene.
Buddy, you can't just keep saying wrong. Call the fuck in and have a conversation with me. I got no clue what you're talking about. Idiot.
What do we know right now? Any indication? I've seen a few reports that this was like a drive-by shooting. Is there anything you can speak to on what we think happened?
Based on witness statements and the evidence that we have, it does indicate that a vehicle was involved, but we're still following up on all of the leads that we have, witness statements, etc.
And, just with the timing of everything and nothing being open around here, what do you think people were doing at 2:30 in the morning out on the streets?
Well, as we've seen in other areas throughout the city, when bars and restaurants.
There was an incident with a gay bar last night where a dude was asked to leave and he came back with a gun and started shooting at the venue. They said this shooting was related to another shooting incident, but I don't know if those two are related.
Restaurants close around that time, establishments. People tend to go to their car and, hang out for a minute before they depart to go home for the evening. And I think that's what was happening here.
Do we think that people knew each other?
We do think that this was not a random act of violence, but we are still following up, like I said, on all of those leads.
So 2 dead, 7 injured, is that right?
2 dead, 2 deceased, 7 injured. 5 are in stable condition, and 2 are receiving additional medical care.
I know you said you didn't want to get too into statistics right now, but what can you tell us about, just based on when we talked last week about non-fatal shootings, homicides for the year, what do you feel comfortable with kind of speaking on right now?
What I can say about gun violence is this community should not normalize gun violence. Like we talked about earlier this week, or last week, I'm still groggy. We went from an increase year to date in 7, and just overnight, we doubled that. We're now at 14 above where we were this time last year and above our 2021 numbers. So I just think it's important that the community not normalize this, and we all have to work together to end these senseless acts of gun violence.
Yeah, let's not normalize this. I don't have a fucking drop I play virtually every day about the mass shootings in this country. It's already been normalized. Wild video. I wish that we had gotten the whole police chase, but the ending is quite satisfying here. Watch this shit.
A pursuit involving a stolen Porsche came to a crashing end in North Hollywood, but the Porsche had no driver. The LAPD says they got a call around 7 a.m. about a man trying to steal a Porsche. When officers arrived, that is when the chase started. They say the man had already hitched the Porsche to the back of a pickup truck. During the pursuit, the Porsche swung into the sidewalk and crashed into a sign in front of a car wash. The driver was eventually arrested. A pursuit involving a stolen Porsche came to a crashing end in North Hollywood, but the Porsche had no driver.
That'll buff out.
They got a call around 7 a.m. about a man trying to steal a Porsche. When officers arrived, that is when the chase started. They say the man had already hitched the Porsche to the back of a pickup truck. During the pursuit, the Porsche swung into the sidewalk and crashed into a sign in front of a car wash. The driver was eventually arrested.
I hate that. Porsches are probably my favorite luxury car. I've never driven one. I'm a poor dude from eastern Kentucky. I have driven them in Gran Turismo. It's one of my favorite vehicles to use. Let's go to Baltimore. I'm assuming this is a Karen. And they are upset that people are having fun in their pool, in their backyard, and they want to complain about it.
Well, neighbors in one Baltimore County community say that they are fed up with what they consider out-of-control pool parties. WJZ investigator Mike Helgren talks to the neighbors, and he has the homeowner's perspective as well from Catonsville tonight.
We can't get to our homes. Lewd behavior. We have literally caught people on camera. We all have surveillance using the bathroom on people's private properties. They jump up on top of car. We have photographs of
Some residents on Collinsway Road can't take it anymore and want pool parties at their neighbor's home to stop. Parties they say have drawn hundreds of people. Sometimes
they weren't invited to the party
since May.
Imagine 150 people, streets full with people with the car. After party at 8:30, 9 o'clock, people come outside, they're drinking over here, they have big speakers, they're doing party on the street. It looks like I am in a...
It's fucking America.
There was a hip-hop group, Two Live Crew. They would have these huge parties. That's what this looks like. It is completely outrageous that this gentleman is thinking that this is okay, and the owners of that property thinks that this is perfectly normal.
This gentleman is Norman Johnson. He tells WJZ Investigates he's the friend and representative of the homeowner.
You can tell she was a teenager in the late 80s.
Cool to show us the setup, and he had this to say about those who are complaining about the party.
Leave us alone. Stop sending people, calling police on us, messing with us,
and we ain't doing nothing to nobody, man.
Johnson tells us, in his view, there's nothing illegal going on. A flyer for a party coming up this weekend says they can accept up to 125 people for $20 a person.
This ain't no business, man. This stuff, man, whatever little money that they get, it provides food, it provides security and safety, and it provides maintenance to keep the pool, the tents, everything sanitized. They're not out here committing crime. Yeah, they may have a little hiccups here and there, but nothing that can't be.
They may smoke a little weed.
Neighbors have recorded social media videos of the parties. They contacted their councilman, whose office tells WJZ Investigates he's looking at legislative fixes. Baltimore County Police say they started receiving noise complaints in mid-June. Their outreach team has been in contact with the property owner. Code enforcement did issue a correction notice to that property owner. Police say, in collaboration with our county and state partners, the department will continue to pursue all appropriate enforcement and regulatory remedies available under the law to address the concerns at this property.
Why should we back down? We can scale down as far as we can reduce the number. We can do that because if that's their problem. I think it's more so they thinking that they don't like to see these kids come up in. They don't like them. They don't like us.
And it's just insane to me.
Doug, what pathetic bitching have I done? Right wingers just come in here and make up shit. Also, I wouldn't run for office. I run my mouth. That's what I do. I'm a broadcaster. But please, what pathetic bitching have I done? To me, it seems like you're the one doing pathetic bitching in my chat right now. I wasn't even talking about Trump or politics. We were doing a local news story from Baltimore about somebody throwing a party in the backyard, and your ass came in here talking about Trump. Maybe complimenting me. I'm still waiting. What do you consider pathetic bitching that I did? Do 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 do. Socialist Don, welcome in. Good to see you. If you guys hadn't noticed, I went back to being on my main channel on YouTube. I started a secondary channel, Fucked Up News, and it's done really well. And that's where I'm putting all the shorts and reels now. I had a third channel, Troll Patrol Live, and I'd been broadcasting on it last week and got no traction whatsoever, and I flipped back to my actual channel. I don't know that I have drugs to do. I think I might have smoked all my weed. Hell yeah, Socialist on. That sounds good. It's a good way to beat the heat. I've been arguing with dumbasses on YouTube. I'm still waiting. Where's my answer? What was it I said that you consider pathetic bitching? Or did you just make that up? I'm still waiting on dumbass from the beginning of the show to tell me what I said that was woke. He said woke was virtue signaling, yada yada. I'm like, what did I virtue signal about exactly? Aren't you virtue signaling by talking about woke? You can't help but you're from Canada. Motherfucker, do you hear my accent? Does that sound Canadian to you? I'm from Appalachia. The fuck are you talking about? I sound Canadian, really? Eric, I think you're really dumb. I feel sorry for you, my friend. Girl, did I tell you good evening? I don't think I did. We're going to go to Pittsburgh next. A family found a huge void under their house. I'm assuming it's a portal or something, possibly to another dimension. Let's find out.
More than anything, we just really want folks to know that there is potential, that other homes could be built like this, and just to be aware.
This is a situation you need to see to believe. A family says it learned the hard way that contractors built their home's garage over a void. Rusted out steel struggled to hold up the concrete slab of the garage as the family continued to park their 2 cars over top, with kids jumping in and out heading to sports practices. Now, insurance is denying their claim, and they say the popular home builder doesn't want to get involved.
KDK investigator Megan Schiller joins us now to share what the family's word of warning is. Megan.
Well, Chris and Christine, this family from North Huntington says for the past month they have been dealing with something they never expected. And honestly, they say at first maybe you'd think, oh, it's cool to find extra space in your home. But they say that is definitely not the case when you realize that it's putting the structural integrity of your home.
Pre-basement.
Beneath this seemingly normal front-facing 2-car garage is a lot of dead space, but the Holderfield family just found out about it.
I hate to say shocking, but it's not something that we really wanted to be like the first one on the street to find out.
We didn't crawl down for safety reasons, but the family shared these videos. So what is down there?
Well, some leftover cinder blocks and even a Lowe's bucket. It is... You can actually stand all the way down here on this.
It looks like this is in like a subdivision where they've built, multiple homes. This is apparently a very popular home builder in the area. Ryan Homes.
Is a lot of dead space, but the Holderfield family just found out about it.
I hate to say shocking, but it's not something that we really wanted to be like the first one on the street to find out.
We didn't crawl down for safety reasons, but the family shared these videos. So what is down there?
Well, some leftover cinder blocks and even a Lowe's bucket. It is... You can actually stand all the way down here on this side. A lot of backfill, and then we did see that it was weatherproofed on some of the walls.
This all started because Nicole Holderfield simply wanted to fix the growing number of large cracks popping up all across her garage floor.
We were starting the cosmetic fix, and our contractor was here, and with a sledgehammer, he wanted to start to see what he was working with. So he simply pounded down the sledgehammer.
And this is what she found. Another room in the 30-year-old Ryan home they never knew about. It's a large void directly underneath the garage, not accessible from their finished basement. With just one weatherproofed wall, the family says moisture rusted away the single support column and the steel rebar, attempting to carry the weight of an entire 2-car garage.
A couple different companies.
Yeah, no wonder it was cracking.
And they were in awe of what they found. Even the North Huntington inspector came out, took a look, was not something that he has been familiar with seeing.
The inspector encouraged the Holderfields to hire a structural engineer. They did, and they received this report. It concluded the issue was the result of poor workmanship and faulty construction. The family's homeowner's insurance denied the claim, saying defects from faulty construction are excluded from coverage.
Knowing that we were parking our cars in here up until we found this problem, we do have children and animals, and just knowing that the catastrophe could come, I think that's our biggest concern.
That's why the family called Ryan Homes and alerted all of their neighbors with similar builds and floor plans.
They really just took a look and took pictures when we did speak To the one gentleman at Ryan Homes, he said, you know, this was 30 years ago. There were different laws back then.
KDK Investigates reached out to Ryan Homes for comment to ask, is this still the practice?
There's different laws back then.
These dead spaces, and if so, should other homeowners who live in Ryan Homes inspect further? Ryan Homes did not respond to our requests for comment. KDK Investigates also talked to a Cranberry resident who also lives in a Ryan home built around the same time. She sent us these photos showing the wet tire marks where her car drove over and broke through the concrete last year. When the garage floor failed, it revealed this 9-foot void. She said it took 4 triaxle trucks full of fill and $20,000 to fix. Holderfield says that makes her wonder, who else could find this?
I would love for people to be held accountable, but I also understand the laws and that we could potentially be out of the warranty period is what they say. I do wish that we could have them stand behind their work or help us get this fixed.
So more than anything, this family in North Huntington says they want people to be aware of this and they want people to know that this is a possibility. And honestly, they say every contractor, every inspector, every building professional that has come out there has said the same thing. They have never seen anything like this before.
Now, Megan, we obviously don't want people to...
I don't even understand why you would do that. How does that save you money? It would seem like fucking filling in the hole would be a hell of a lot less expensive than building that little area. I'm less concrete. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Because yeah, you'd have to fill it in with. Wouldn't you fill it in with dirt most of the way and then concrete? Yeah, wouldn't it be extra work to build the supports? This would have been during the 90s. It would have been like the mid 90s, 95, 96. Blows my mind.
Be ruining their own homes and trying to find this on their own. So what can people be doing?
Well, when we talked to the one woman who lived in Cranberry who also experienced this in the winter of last year, she reached out to her township and she said that you can get the blueprints and you can see exactly how your home was built. She said that this was written there on the drawings, that there would be a void space. So that is potential for someone if you want to know if that void is underneath your garage as well. Try to get the blueprints from your township. Also, we did just get
a township or your county
homes, specifically from the
county commissioner or whatever.
They said Ryan Homes has reached back out to them and has offered to work with them in order to try to get a fix. They say right now Ryan Homes has said that they could share the cost of the fix and as well as manage the project to ensure it's done correctly. The family tells me they feel this is a valid attempt in order to take responsibility and work with them. So we'll.
Yeah, but they had to contact the news station and put them on blast in order to get the company to respond.
Of course, we'll keep you posted and see how that develops. Back to you two.
Ryan builds homes, not garages. Sports cards, welcome in. I mean, it's a different company than they were 30 years ago, but yeah, you might want to get a different contractor and have that company pay. A reporter had to deal with a roach on air, not the kind of roach I like to deal with.
TV strikes again. An insect made a cameo during one of our KTLA 5 live reports. I love that we said, if you don't like bugs, look away. Now watch.
And it's a lot more comfortable at this hour, but we're still in the 80s here in the valley. So overnight temperatures not necessarily.
Yep, I wouldn't have kept my cool on that. I would have, I had a roach crawl on me the other day and I actually fucking screamed like a little girl. Flo, welcome in.
5 live reports. I love that we said, if you don't like bugs, look away. Now watch.
And it's a lot more comfortable at this hour, but we're still in the 80s here in the valley. So overnight temperatures not necessarily dropping, and this leads to less.
Oh, I thought it went down her tits. No, it was on her microphone.
Okay,
Oh
how
my
does
gosh. I have to hand it to her. She was
my gosh.
really calm dealing with
I don't know if she knew that was there at that point.
So those fly?
Yeah, they do fly. That's like a flying cockroach.
Oh, Eric.
It is.
Okay, that's our Rachel
It's a
Menitoff.
flying cockroach.
Who is
That's what she realized.
She kept her cool. There's no way I would have been able to keep
No
my cool
way.
on this.
No way.
She probably wasn't sure what it was. You just know there's something.
Something large.
No.
At the end, I have to say I'm so relieved that it jumped onto the mic because it looked like it was going to.
It went down her tits, yeah.
Or in her hair.
And I was like, oh,
in her
God.
mouth.
Yeah.
That's
Poor
terrifying.
thing. And that's one of those things that several hours later you're still feeling it.
Totally.
Yes,
You still feel like it's on your body.
Yeah.
Maybe even several days later.
Oh.
Now we're all going to have nightmares about flying.
That roach was trying to give her a titty slap.
A titty slap!
Come on now.
Yep, that's the face I would expect. That was the face I expect. Big Ben, a reporter doesn't really get nervous. They've done this so many fucking times. I love the face she's making. Also, welcome in, Big Ben. Anybody else sneak in here on me? Flo. Good to see you, friend. Yeah, ooh. It's still on her microphone there.
Flying cockroaches.
You know,
yeah.
it's this humidity.
It is the humidity, yes.
It is.
There's all kinds of insects.
I only take credit when the weather is good and you like it. None of
I only take credit when the weather is
Slightly bigger in
good.
Belize than that.
Are they
But
really?
that's, it's very common to see him like that because it was very humid there too.
Slightly bigger?
We did
Slightly
not,
bigger.
We did not have this.
No, we've had this.
Not at this level.
You think like growing up, I feel like I agree.
Well, that's right, because we're all from Southern California.
Everything.
Yes.
Yeah, this feels like a new phenomenon.
I agree. I don't remember.
Thank you. You're saying yes?
I don't.
I remember stuff like this.
Do you remember the ankle biter?
Giant roaches?
Termites, the mosquitoes. I feel like
Oh,
we
yeah.
didn't have those either. That's like a new
that
phenomenon
came and
to
went
do.
though. I don't think we have that anymore.
Hey, Ben, thank you for throwing out the gift sub, my
Because
friend.
they had to close the windows when they were going to spray
that's
the
right.
malathion. Remember that?
And
Yeah.
And the fruit flies.
Aerial spray.
Yeah, this is ridiculous. That doesn't happen anymore.
But now we cockroaches.
It's just like,
Funny she brings up fruit flies. She looks like a fruit fly.
good.
I can't wait to have your cock in my mouth. I'm going to give you the blowjob of your life. Then I want you inside of me.
What's the Jurassic Park line that I always fuck up? They spend all their time thinking if they could, and they didn't contemplate if they should or whatever it is. I completely butchered it. Clever girl. Perhaps you shouldn't teach. They were so worried if they could, they never asked if they should. Perhaps you shouldn't teach robots kung fu. Boom. Right in the gut. Oh man, it got him in like that little soft spot in between your rib cage. The kid deserved it. The future is so stupid. Continues dancing. As somebody pointed out on the video, like the robot probably wasn't malfunctioning in the first video. Somebody's just accidentally made it hit its sequencing, and they're just trying to keep it away because it's kicking people. Boom. Oh, he got hit in the titty, actually. He got titty slapped by a robot.
Come on now.
Oh, he got titty slapped by a robot. Teach you get close to that robot when it's doing its kata. Why? If you brought a dancing robot out to my table, I'm not going to be amused. Like, get that dumb thing away from me. Can you play Skyrim on it? Will it run Doom? Jinx clinically. You blocked Big Ben for gifting people. Yeah, that Russian robot runs on vodka. Ooh. That was fun to watch. Idiot. You ain't so smart, robot. He'll start his own marathon with blackjack and hookers. Crix is just stirring shit. Fuck that Crix guy. This stretcher. Oh, God. You may wonder why cats treat men and women differently, and apparently we've got science that tells us.
Time now for the CBS News Philadelphia Pet Project with animal advocate Carol Erickson, the PSPCA, and Marvin, and a really interesting topic today about cats, Carol.
Yes, and the way they communicate. There was a phenomenal study done in the journal Ethology, which is a boring way to start this because this all the information that came out of that really, really interesting. And there are about 20 different behaviors that cats will use to communicate with their owners because cats have quite the repertoire of ways.
And what does it mean when they sit at the door and meow constantly, even after they've gone outside? What does that mean? Tell me what Maynard's behavior means.
To communicate with the owner. But probably the most important thing that came out of this study, at least the most interesting, was the surprising, possibly understanding of the owner that the cat chooses to talk to the most through their normal cat vocalizations. And who do they choose? Well, apparently cats will vocalize more for male owners than female owners. In fact, more than twice as much. So why does this happen? Researchers theorize that men aren't as fast to notice or respond to their cats. So the cats had to work harder and vocalize more often to men. So I think that is men giving cats the cat treatment. So
That's so
anyhow.
funny.
And then women, of course, try harder and maybe too hard because women tend to be more vocal with their cats. They interpret the cat sounds more easily. They mimic the cat sounds, and the cat doesn't talk as much to them. So it's important to note during this study that nothing but the sex of the owner could account for the longer time that the cat spoke to the male owner with meows, purrs, and chirps. And actually, they spoke more than twice as much to the male owner than the female owner. So how much cat talk was going on? Cats meowed 4.3 times in the first 100 seconds.
I think Maynard's just an asshole.
Owners when they came home, compared to 1.8 meows in the same minute 40 seconds for women when the women returned home. Cats also adjusted their communication strategy based on who entered the room.
Oh no, are you gonna have something when I come in?
Behaviors
like Igloo does.
Maybe you can add to this list yourselves. Playing, moving away, rolling over, shaking, licking.
I haven't caught you on lately, people.
Rubbing the owner, rubbing objects, tail swishing, crouching.
That's a shame.
Scratching on objects or cat scratching on themselves, sitting, visiting the food bowl, eating, approaching.
Look at that fat tummy cat.
Those longer meows for the guys. So
look at that tortoise shell. Oh my God, she's so cute.
You ignore a cat, they'll be over pretty quickly. It's amazing. I've seen that a lot.
It's sounding very familiar, this one, Carol.
Yeah. Pennsylvania SPCA. We've got so many animals there. We would love for you to take a look at these two dogs and a cat coming up.
Oh, look at that puppy.
You got to see them in person. Look, I love this little girl. This is Chanel. What an angel. Look at her.
Oh my God, you got me shit talking Cricks.
She is only 1 year old. She is small. She has the best personality. She loves everything.
Should told me to cut a promo on him.
To play with you. She came into our animal law enforcement team underweight, but as you can see, she looks fabulous now, and she just wants a family of her own to play with.
Oh, she's so cute.
SPCA, what an angel. And Maddox, I think some smart person's going.
I had a different animal video, but I had to take it off because it had a tragic ending. And I was like, oh, that sucks. I thought the puppy was just gonna burn the house down. And everybody was okay, but that wasn't the case. It was such a cute dog, too.
Just notice this dog. He was found as the stray. He's now one of our longest term residents, which is not a happy thing for him. This boy,
yeah, somebody get that boy.
People oriented. He went on hiking.
I think we watched this one once before.
SPCA person buddy, and he was calm, cool, and collected. He's a fun, smart boy. He is struggling though in the shelter. He just hates it in there. He wants a human family, another dog in the family. He thrives on human interaction. You can go to the pool with him. You can just
he's a cutie.
Have so much fun with Maddox, Pennsylvania SPCA. Look how smart he is. And
if you are in the Philadelphia area, please go by the Pennsylvania SPCA and you can pet that dog. You can adopt that dog.
This dog, he was found as the stray. He's now one of our longest term residents, which is not a happy thing for him. This boy is super.
If you've seen it in the last day or two, probably not, anonymously.
Trips with his,
but I will check after I get off here.
Person buddy, and he was calm, cool, and collected. He's a fun, smart boy. He is struggling though in the.
Honestly, you don't send me enough.
In there, he wants a
cat
human
pictures
family,
and videos.
Dog in the family. He thrives on human interaction. You can go to the pool with him. You can just have so much fun with Maddox, Pennsylvania SPCA. Look how smart he is. And our 11-year-old cat.
Maddox.
She came in as a stray.
Oh, look at Bella.
Found in an outdoor colony, but would love to go home. And you can see she is quite friendly. And you know, we have.
I love Tuxie so much.
Today from 12 to 16.
Bella is so cute. Look at that little white stripe on her nose. Oh my God.
Maddox, the one that you saw, the brindle-colored dog, is part of that just whole promotion, and it's really, really great.
I love Bella. I love Maddox.
Be horrendous and hot. Make sure the pavement is too hot for these daytime walks. Shade, cool water, bring them in. Air conditioning, it's for everybody. 4-legged, 3-legged, 2-legged, 1-legged. You got to watch it this week. It's going to be terrible.
Yeah, and the 4th of July holiday is right around the corner. Those celebrations will start out before the fireworks are a problem for them.
That's exactly right. Make sure they run away like crazy when they hear them.
Yeah. All right, Carol. Thanks so much.
All right. Thanks. Right, with that little pink face. She is only 1 year old. She is small. She has the best personality. She loves everybody. She just wants to play with you. She came in through our animal law enforcement team underweight, but as you can see, she looks fabulous now, and she just wants...
You're watching on Twitch. You're heading over to Lady B.
Chanel.
She's just coming on.
What an angel. And Maddox.
She's going to DJ for you. Light one up, tip one back.
Notice this.
It's all right to have a little fun for the sec. I'm Justin Freakin. We'll see you tomorrow night.
Longest term
on the Troll Patrol live.
Anything for him. This boy is super sweet.